with the AC and fan running in the background. Sorry for the noise. I promised y'all I was going to start vlogging, but my life is boring. So I went to YouTube. And in the search box, how to vlog if, look at that. I am not the first person to do this search. I'm going to watch a couple of videos now and get some tips. I spoke Southern, didn't I? I said get some tips. 2 syllables in that word, tips. It's the next day now, the next morning, Tuesday, and I wanted to show you my almost yellow cherry tomato. It's not quite a pear. Going along with my hybrid red pear tomatoes. So it's Tuesday morning. So July 6th, I think it's July 6th, anyway, 2018. And what did I learn? Well, last night about vlogging when your life is boring. Not a whole lot because, boy, there weren't many videos that came up. I have a future video idea. Anyway, yeah. Not a lot of search results for this apparently fairly popular search term. But I did learn a few tips from a young man. I don't even think he's out of high school. But yeah, I think I'll try this deal. I think even though I think my life is boring, I might be able to share something interesting. And what I'm going to focus on today are 5 happy surprises going on in my garden. Right now, this actually isn't my garden per se. It's my goji berries, but it's food production, right? By the way, I have harvested quite a few more goji berries from these 2 pots in the last couple of weeks. They're producing more than ever, yay. And that's a great segue to this. I gave up on this goji berry. I quit watering it. It didn't get watered during, we had about a 3-week drought or something. It didn't even see it lost all its leaves. But it wasn't ready to die, so it started growing leaves at the top right about the same time. Every year, and I don't know why, all of these goji berries will lose their leaves like a couple of times and then just grow them back before it freezes and they, become bare for the winter. But I noticed this morning. A flower. This is the very first time this plant, and look, see the buds there below the flower? Try to finger them like that one. Yep. I was wrong. This is not an unproductive bush. It just took it a while. So next year I'll be a lot nicer to it. But that's a happy surprise that this goji was actually it's going to turn out to be worth its money. Yeah, you may be wondering, well, Emily, what are those tips you learned? Well, I don't want to steal from, what I learned from that other video. Basically, have a little bit of action, realize that you're unique. Try to have other people in the video as you can. And now I've walked up to my next happy surprise. Hallelujah! This melon is blossoming. I had a subscriber ask me if I thought I had time for this to bear fruit. And maybe not a lot of fruit, but at least a few melons, because it's supposed to start bearing fruit like after 70 days or something. I'm pushing it, but there you go. And while I'm talking about melons, remember this one is in a potting mix that contains earthworm castings, right? Okay. Let's look at the other one I planted over here. It's doing much better than the last time you saw it. But it's only a day younger than that other plant. And look how much smaller it is. The leaves, it took forever for the leaves to get big. It looks like it might bud pretty soon. But I really and truly believe the earthworm castings in the potting mix are making a difference. This does have vegan fertilizer, but the earthworm castings are a lot more concentrated nutrition, I think. That makes a difference. So 5 happy surprises, that's 2. What else do we have happening? Look at this bait alpha. I'm just going to turn on music now and mute the sound because I know the sound of the rustling leaves hitting the camera is really annoying. But I'm going to show you the production that's going on. And I have already, 2 or 3, I've already harvested, I think 3 fairly good sized bait alphas from this plant. So even though it looks like it may have powdery mildew too, it's still going to be way more productive than that other plant. I expect it to work for me at least another 3 to 5 weeks maybe before it gives out. I am very happy about it. So that's surprise number 3. What's surprise number 4? Oh, see, here's my pollinator right there. One of my pollinators. I haven't seen any honeybees lately, but I've seen it's the bumblebees that are helping, that are getting the cucumbers. Now this looks pretty ugly that I'm showing you. And by the way, the dark cucumber, yeah, it's still producing, but the cucumbers don't look that great. They taste alright. I have to peel them, but this one's pretty good. Wow, I should pick this one today. This one's ready. This and one of the big bait alpha we found. Wow, okay, I have more cucumbers growing here than I thought. But this plant looks really ugly and bare. What happened to all the leaves? The black beetles. I did after that last video where I said I was going to leave the black beetles alone. I had to pick them off and kill them because they were starting to eat down my dark cucumber. Just yum yum. I said no, but that brings me to my 4th happy surprise. They're gone! You see any? I see one once in a while crawling on the ground, just like in the yard or something. Let's check out the tomato. I can't remember. I'll bet it is their pattern. I can't remember though. But I'll bet they're like katydids, and they show up for a month and do their destruction, and then they mate, and then they all die or something else. I mean, that's my fault. Those are all ones I killed. I don't know if I had, if my killing some of them. Look at him sucking the juice out of my. Say, well, you're not picking them. Why shouldn't I eat them? Here's another one. Stinkers. Anyway. Changing the subject real quick. I finally got the kale in clay. Turns out it was from Portugal. That's why it took forever. Did they put it on a ship? I don't think they put it on a plane to get. They must have put it on a ship. Good grief. I think it took 6 weeks to get here. Too late. I finally have it, but I will be using it next year to see if I can keep the grasshoppers off the tomato. That's what made me think of it. Anyway, back to the black beetles. Look at this foliage. It's all there, right? Unlike, this is the black beetle damage. It's not hornworm. Now, hornworm will do something like this too, but a hornworm, the problem with a hornworm is they will also eat the blossoms. That's why you don't want them on your tomatoes. The beetles at least don't eat the blossoms. They just eat the green stuff. So, yeah, you can really see through right now because all the leaves have been eaten off. But do you see a single black beetle? There's a dead one. It's been in the spider web for 2 or 3 weeks. It's just been hanging there. But, I mean, he's dead. No lie, I haven't seen a live one in at least 5 days. Yay! And as you can see, my tomatoes, especially the yellow pear, are still going nuts. They're still producing. So that's happy surprise number 4. The black beetles are gone. Yeah. Number 5. This is kind of a mini surprise, a mini happy surprise. Oh, I've got 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what those are? Well, I'll give you a guess. What's this? Basil. Yep, these are 3 baby basil seedlings. Why is that a happy surprise? Because the mature basil you see there, before I could even start harvesting, it had gone to seed and it tasted bitter. So I only picked from it like once. And I was like, ugh, this isn't what I want from, this is not what I want basil to taste like. So too little too late. And usually by the time basils reseed in the ground, it's like a month away from our first frost date. So, you know, the plants die when they're too, before they're big enough to harvest from. But it's just the beginning of August now. So I will probably be able to harvest from those little babies, 2 or 3 times. I'll be able to actually get some good basil before it goes to seed. So that was a happy surprise too. It's a little bit later and a little bit windier, but I forgot about surprise number 6. I actually have 6 surprises. Partly due to my pruning the tomatoes ruthlessly a few weeks ago, and partly due to the black beetles pruning the tomatoes, the pole beans, this one, and there's one here, it's gone over here. I need to try to fix that. But there are, or maybe this is from the same plant, I don't know. But I have at least one pole bean that's coming back and trying to produce. It's got buds and had a flower. It fell off, but see, it's climbing up here. Yay! So that's the surprises. What I'm trying to do right now is, whoa, that's way up there. I don't know if I'm going to get that. I've been untwisting. You see the red Malabar spinach here was twisted around the tomato. I'm untwisting it because I want to find that other piece of pole bean and try to get it up on the wire, but I'm not sure that's going to work until and we're going to have red Malabar spinach for supper tonight, so I'm just going to pull this out. It's starting to go to seed. I do not need this plant, so I'm going to pull it out, harvest the leaves that I can, and the rest of it will just die up there anyway. But speaking of pole beans, I'm going to do an experiment, and I'm going to wrap up this vlog with this experiment. What do I have here? Yep, sprouted beans. These are Kentucky Wonder pole bean seeds. You are not supposed to be able to grow pole beans in the fall where we live, but especially I need to get down and weed these so they're not sticking up through the trellis. Get all these weeds out. However, why not? I think it's 70 days till they start producing. I'm not going to get a lot of beans, but I'm just kind of bumming that I missed my spring pole bean harvest. So I'm going to go ahead and the soil needs to be re-moistened. But diatomaceous earth, by the way, there was a fire ant nest here. So I doused it with peppermint liquid castile soap and then put diatomaceous earth. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plant these and see what happens. Hopefully I will get a few of them. A few beans, I mean. this is actually a dual experiment. I'm not only experimenting the time of year that I'm planting them, but also the trellis. I have a no-see-em or something. Good grief. No, those, oh, was that a fire ant? Ah, fire ants, what? Yeah, I probably, yeah, okay. There's an ant nest there I have to take care of. Now there's an ant bite on my foot I need to take care of, make sure there's not any others. This is what you do to make sure that fire ants are out of your shoe. Ah, now one's over here. Dang it. Phew, okay. Treated those 2 fire ants with vinegar and peppermint oil, and I have, as you've seen, hopefully at least part way destroyed that nest, at least upset them for today. I've known that nest was there all summer long. Why I just never got to doing anything with it, because it's in a very inconvenient location for me, someplace where I'm always stepping, hello. Why I've never gotten to it, I don't know. But as I was saying, the pole beans are supposed to go up. They like to have a pole right there to go up and twist around. So that's part 2 of my pole bean growing experiment is, will they go up this chicken wire trellis that is not vertical like pole beans like it to go? I'm gonna see if they'll go ahead and just kind of climb down there and then go up. Once, if they can make it here, I think this is vertical enough for them to be happy. But we shall see. Regardless, thank you very much for watching this video of my garden surprises. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you for the next video. In the meantime, take care and happy gardening. Be well.